Welcome back to the Profoundless podcast. Today we are joined by our usuals, Jacob, Josiah,
Hi.
Yacob and Jeb, one might say. I will be today's host.
I haven't seen you guys since last year.
He said the thing.
Killing me with that, man. I've
You
been
guys
hearing those jokes all year, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were waiting quite a minute for that one, huh?
I just couldn't wait till the intro was completed. I just had to say something.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
Well, they are. But, that
was a Heath Ledger reference, everyone. Dark Knight, Joker things, you know.
Chris Nolan.
Great joke. Fantastic joke. One of the best jokes.
Frankly.
Probably. Well, how are we today? What's been going on since I haven't seen you guys in 2 weeks. It's been a week since you guys saw each other. Yes?
That's
You
true.
at the
That's true.
New Year's party?
pretty close, yep.
Christmas happened.
It did.
I wanted to save some of my small talk for Christmas, but we saw each other over the break, obviously.
True.
So,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to
To make myself clear,
let me be clear.
for
It's a
the
new year.
listening audience, he has a
It's a
standing
new
desk.
season.
You got the epic desk.
Gotta go over to Spotify. I can throw my chair around.
What? Oh, I see.
Can
It's so loud.
Also, you might be noticing no Droid Cam app.
Wow.
It's like that
on
webcam.
yours.
Man's getting professional.
Oh,
Moving up.
so the rest of ours are gonna have it then?
Well, you have
Or
it.
just mine? Just mine.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
just you.
great.
Just
Amazing.
And yours just says using, so
Using.
You're not bad.
I'm a user.
Dur. Looks like Dur.
Doctor.
Did you guys get anything cool for Christmas? Or no?
Oh,
Huh?
You know what? I'll be right back.
He's gonna get
You
his
go ahead
gift.
and tell the listeners, Merk,
Boy,
what you got for Christmas.
boy, oh boy, I got underwear and socks from my future grandmother-in-law.
Oh,
Very interesting.
actually goated.
Pretty much, yeah. Because I asked for a specific pair and she got them despite them being like $60. I was like, okay, I won't complain. It's great. Little car, little Audi e-tron from Mia Moore back home. Fun little build.
Lego or
Yep.
buildable?
Lego. That's all I see. Sometimes I have the urge to buy a Lego when I'm at like Walmart or something, and I'll look and it's just either cars or like some Barbie Legos. I don't know.
Barbie.
They don't sell like sets like they used to, just like a mini little Star Wars thing.
They do at Dollar General.
Well, Dollar General. Yeah, makes sense. Takes them a minute to catch up.
Oh,
But there are Lego No way. The acoustic? He's more acoustic than ever.
My sound quality is going to be great now.
Yeah. Give us a strum. Play a note.
I'm really good.
Give us a note.
So you know,
that's
ready?
the SpongeBob. Doo.
I can't do that. Can't do that. There you go.
G.
G.
chord.
It's GG, fellas. That's all I know how to play. Nope. I got this so I can start learning. I had one prior, but it was, according to the guitar people, worthless. So hopefully this one will be a nice little upgrade. Won't rip my fingers off.
Nice. Was that a gift, or you got it gifted it to yourself?
No, it was a gift
From
my from my in-laws, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Nice.
They are good for some after all. But I was kidding. It's good.
Just leaked my room review.
Wait. What is that?
This is a gift from my sisters. Press this
Cat?
little button.
It's an electric cat.
If you could see my desk, you could see the laser. Here, I'll shine it on the wall.
Oh, it just shines a light for the cats. A little laser light.
And if you
That
do
That's
red,
nice.
it goes real fast.
Ah,
Wow.
Well, keeps them occupied. And they don't destroy my desk anymore because of that.
ah,
Kind of go to
interesting.
gift.
Pretty cool. You gotta love the functional gifts. Always love a functional gift.
That is true.
Like a scratch ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's functional.
very much. My sister got $250 off her scratch tickets that my parents got her. I got about $6. No,
You
22.
should share. You should share that tradition.
I do. Yeah.
No, you should share that with the pod.
Oh.
Explain to the
So
viewers.
ever since well, it started when my sister turned 18. I was like 16 still, but still, like my parents always got us scratch tickets during Christmas because we just stopped asking for things because we don't know what we want. We're very hard to shop for in my family, so they get us like some candy, like maybe some shirt or something, and then we get big old wad of scratch tickets.
Hmm.
I think they're fun because I'm not me personally. I'm not losing. What does that sound? You hear that? Oh, that's Fortnite. I need to close Fortnite.
Fortnite.
The
Got
passion.
that. Got that.
Keep it in.
Anyways, chat. This man made me play Fortnite. I do not want to play Fortnite. This man does. So, just so you know, I'm being held hostage.
You do, Merk. You do.
In-game.
You love Fortnite. You love Fortnite.
It's too easy. It's
It's very
there's no
overwhelming.
challenge to it.
The dopamine go
Well,
crazy with all the colors.
the new thing. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. The modern season. Just ADHD. What else? What other gifts? What'd y'all get?
Man, I got that. I got this cool car from my mom. It's not a real car, unfortunately,
Rounded.
but it's basically a little Lego Camaro. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Zoom. It's not very
It was
fast, though.
75.
Yeah, it's
Number
almost the best
75.
number. Could be 72, but it's not. I like 72. It's a little fun fact.
I'm a
Number
24 kind of guy. I like 24.
Bozo.
I'm a big 777
Wow.
myself.
Wow.
Well, of course.
Real original.
So, you know. Yeah, New Year's also had a little shindig. Celebrated the ball drop where Merk is, and then
Yeah.
We didn't even watch the ball drop.
Yeah,
Oh.
I didn't.
We
either.
just
I
sat
tried to
there.
at the last minute, and I was like, no, it's not going to load in time. I don't care.
It went from 1 year to the next. We were just chilling.
Did you see the Kia New Year font that was on the whatever they call it, Times Square billboard? It was in Arial, plain text font, Happy New Year. No, graphic design.
Kia, like a sponsored message. Just
We forgot to
plain
make
as can be.
We forgot to make
Guess
something. Hurry up.
PR guys getting fired.
Yep. Yeah.
As I
not
remember,
great.
who's the DJ? Diplo. I think he's a DJ. I don't know what he does, but
Sounds
he was
right.
being interviewed by the two CNN hosts that were hosting the New Year's thing. And they were I don't know why they were talking about it. They're like, what was your favorite moment you were ever tripping off of acid or drugs? And he's like, now.
What?
And this was live on air, right before the ball dropped. He's like, now.
Right now.
So they're like, wait, you're on acid right now. He's like, yeah. And they're like,
Man, crazy place.
does not care.
What a guy.
I wouldn't either if I was there. The ball drop is just kind of being there would be cool, but I think watching it's kind of overrated. It makes me want to. They want you to feel sentimental about a year. It's just I don't care.
What if my
It
year was
happens.
bad and I just want to forget everything?
Exactly.
Well, that's what acid's for.
That
This
is
was
what
a
acid.
joke.
Well.
This is a joke.
Wait, what?
This is a comedy podcast. All right, we make jokes. So
Entertainment value.
We're funny guys, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
comedy.
Yep.
Not
Comedy.
everybody gets it. So
Just like acid,
true.
Not everyone gets it. They usually don't make it away from the deal. Well then, shall we jump into today's topic? Also, before we go into it, every podcast we do is scored by the host. There is a score system depending on the topic of choice. All that. There will be winners, there will be losers, or winner singular, loser singular. I don't know.
Yeah,
The
gotta
host
lock
today, he'll
in
be keeping
this
score.
episode.
You do.
We gotta lock
Are
in
you-
this episode. Jeb
are you
and
on a losing
Merk have
streak?
gone back and forth. I've lost 3, I think.
3.
So
Oh, what a loser!
hopefully this is a topic I can relate to, Merk, and one that I can really understand.
Absolutely. Yes. Let me.
One that
But how do you win this particular episode? I'm curious. What even is
Well-
this episode about?
Well, let's just jump into it here, fellas. So, I came up with an idea totally on my own, totally with no outside help from anyone whatsoever, of the perfect date. Perfect date.
The perfect
Who would you
date.
take? Or, I don't know. You don't have to say who, per se. But, yeah, what would you do? Where would you take her? Pretty sure it's a her, fellas. Am I right?
Yeah,
Or,
dang right. Get
That's
on
right.
there. Yeah, the dang better
You know.
be.
We
Lord
don't
willing.
do know that. We don't do know that.
Lord.
Anyways, where would you take her? What would you do? How would you go step by step through the evening? Because I'm talking dinner here, not like a casual lunch. Like, if you had as much money as you wanted just for this date, could go anywhere in the world. So money, world, place, things, whatever. Dream date, set it up, go for it.
Before we get into it, I just want to say congrats, Jeb, on your 4th in a row win. I'm not going to win this episode, frankly.
Just guess, brother. Go ahead.
How are we doing this? Are we doing this like?
I'm gonna take a look at.
We're gonna figure out
your
the place
plans.
first.
Well, I mean, just go like, yeah, you can say a place, but go step by step how you would handle the evening. I might throw in some situations for you to consider, and score you based off your answers here.
Wow. So a dinner date.
What'd you say?
This is a dinner date, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like just the evening.
Yep. Let's say from the time of, depending where you're at in the world, 6 to like 10. Let's say you got about 4 hours to
4 hours.
do some stuff.
4 hour date. All right.
Typical serious sit down kind of date. Little.
So
dinner.
this is the dream date for me, or this is the dream date that.
Well, it can be for you and her. If you
And
know
this-
her, if you know her well enough, you can
Yeah.
cater to her a little bit. Have some fun stuff in there for you too. It just depends.
Well,
Depends what you're thinking.
that's a good point, because if she's enjoying the evening, then you're enjoying the evening.
Exactly.
That's how.
This
First
is coming
point.
from a married man, frankly.
1 point going to Jeb.
So I just wanted to
point
say
on the
thanks for
board.
watching the podcast. Thanks for all the support, guys. Maybe I'll get him next time. Jeb, congrats on the win.
This is a bit unfair. I have a bit more experience
Well,
with dating.
just use your imagination. Like
You just gave him a point
Uh-huh.
for saying, as long as you're happy, she's happy. Am I right?
The
From
classic,
engagement.
like,
no, as long as she's happy, you're happy. No, it's the other way around.
Sure. Yeah.
But no, that was just a.
Yeah, I got that wrong too. What else? Okay.
That's a point for. He just got a point for being real. Okay, now we can be silly. Now we can be imaginative, right?
Mm.
All right. Is that fair?
Okay,
I think
so-
that's fair. Fair is fair.
I'll start off because
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
at a
do a little
disadvantage.
step by step. Think up a nice scenario here.
Okay. So, does any Christian man should be aware the honor of the father, the blessing of the father of the girl, of course, is top priority. Showing him that you're a real man, that you can.
1 point. 1 point.
Oh,
Right there.
let's go.
That's what I was
We're
looking
back.
for. So you don't have to put that in the plan. I was looking for one of y'all to say that, I guess.
Okay.
But
Starting
I'll
off.
put that up
all
there.
right.
Let's just say you already went through that step, that very honorable.
Well, It's part of the
detailed step.
It's a very honorable step.
I mean,
plan
like
is-
let's say you already asked like a while ago. Her father allows you
Okay.
to see his daughter, and
All
now
right.
you're planning it all out, and now it's the day of execution here.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Got it.
let's start with the
All right.
arrival. Pickup.
Okay.
Let's start with the pickup here.
Beep beep. Come outside. No, I'm just kidding. Get out of the truck. Get out of the truck. You walk up to the door. Knock, knock, knock. Guess what I have behind my back? Massive bouquet of her favorite flower. In hand, behind the back. Father answers the door. Hello, Mr. Guy. I'm here to pick up fill in the blank. I don't have a name in mind.
Phil for short.
Philina. Oh, the dad is Phil or the daughter's Phil?
You said fill in the blank. Her name's fill in the blank. Just Phil for short. Yeah.
Okay. I'm here to pick up Philina.
I'll shut
I don't
up.
feel
I'll
comfortable
shut up.
saying Phil. Here to pick up Philina. We're going to go out on a little date. I'll have her back by 10 or sooner.
Well, slow down there, son. Where are you going?
Oh, well, got a lot in mind. We're going
A
to go
lot
to
in mind.
SeaWorld.
What do you mean by that?
We're going to go to SeaWorld and
A SeaWorld.
we're gonna protest the capture of these orca whales that we're both very empathetic people, so we care about
Boy,
the
get off my
wildlife that's
porch.
been captive.
I'm a
Merk, I'm being
shareholder
silly.
of SeaWorld.
I don't know what you want.
This
I thought it was
make
the
up
CEO
a
of Flex Seal, bro. Okay. Mr. Swift, Phil Swift, I'm here to pick up your daughter, Philina.
Philly.
And then she's at the top of the stairway because they have like a double-decker mansion.
Oh, yeah.
I say, hello, and flowers come out, and she's like, oh my gosh, and then I say, let's go, toots.
What if she's not ready?
That she'll be ready because we set this up
Well,
in advance.
Yeah, you'd think that sometimes, Yeah.
Okay, am I picking her up and she has like an hour to get ready?
Well, she's been getting ready. She's just putting on the final touches of whatever,
Okay.
like makeup, whatever, So
I'll be down
what
in a
would you
minute.
do in that time?
Okay, Mr. Phil Swift, I notice you have a giant moose head mounted in the center of your mansion wall. I really like that. Where'd you take that bad boy down? Yeah. So then we
So,
converse, and he
A little
says,
small talk.
"That's really kind of you to notice that. I'm actually a very avid hunter, and I love gun rights." And I say, "Me too. We just
Well, yeah.
bonded over something."
What if the missus
Crazy.
is there?
The missus.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
say,
the
"Oh,
that's
ma'am,
the dangerous part.
good to meet you finally. I've heard a lot of good things about your cooking, and
Well, that's all she's known for, huh? What if she's a
cooking
little?
and cleaning.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it's a very biblical family, and they have.
Yeah, we could assume that. I'm just kidding. I'm yanking your chain.
Okay, Merk. And I say, it smells really good. What are you making in there? She says, oh, just cooked up a little coffee cake. Would you like to try some? And I say, of course. Is a pillow full of feathers? And she says, yeah, it is. And I'm like, well, sign me up. And then I try a little coffee cake. And then I hear a knock, knock, knock. It's the missus on the stairwell under the archway. It's in their massive mansion. Knock, knock, knock. I'm ready. So that's the start so far. What do you think?
Okay. All right. What's the interaction like after the flowers? What's going on there?
Of course, she's like, oh my gosh, you remembered my favorite flowers.
Mm.
Like, I was dropping hints, see if you'd remember. And I'm like, of course I remember. I'm still trapped in the brain.
Very cool. Very cool.
And I do I like twiddle my thumbs a little bit because I'm nervous, obviously. And she's like, all right, let me just grab my coat and we'll be ready to go. And I say, let me grab it for you.
Wow,
Grab the coat.
what a gentleman.
You know
Very
me.
good. Very good.
And controversial for the old people, apparently. I learned this from our senior pastor, but you don't lift the hair of the woman behind her coat if it's a very conservative family, because they don't approve of that, apparently.
Really?
Why? Wait, really?
Do you guys remember that story in church?
Not
No.
really.
It's like talking about how he picked up a
Kind
girl he
of.
was dating. Yeah, and he like
Wait.
put on her coat for her because that's what his parents taught him to do. And then he lifted her hair so it wouldn't be like stuck behind her coat. Somebody saw that and he like got in trouble. He got called to the
Oh,
office or
some
something.
old person just
Really?
saw him do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
conservative
I can't
Baptist
remember.
college, and he was like, yeah, crazy.
They can,
Anyway,
they
I
can
do
say
that
what
though
they
because I'm a
want.
gentleman.
I also do that. Like, I don't know. It's hair. It's cool.
For that, I say, you ready to go? And she says, yeah. And then, we have the time that she needs to be back home planned already, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Check if that's okay with Pops, future father-in-law. He says, yes, sir. Don't you, if you hurt her, I'll break your knees. And I say, fair enough,
Yeah.
I'd break my own knees if I did.
Classic.
And then he chuckles because he's chill like that. He's like, I trust you, but seriously, if you hurt her, I'll murder you. Fair enough. And then out the door, hold the door open, obviously, close it behind me. She's obviously out of the house, so I don't close it on her face. Well, she's in the house. And then walk down the old sidewalk, get in the Lambo, get in the pickup, open the door for her, obviously. She hops in. Close the door, and then I walk around the front, because if you walk around the back, it's awkward, and it takes too long. I learned that from a
Walk around the front.
wise man. Yeah, you walk around the front.
Oh, really?
It's a shorter walk, and she doesn't have to be like, it's taking so long. It's the little things.
The 5 seconds.
And
I mean, yeah.
get in.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. You get in, and you say, what jams are we listening to?
Straight into
I got a
music.
playlist.
No small talk.
No, just like background music, kind of just, if you want to be really spiritual, you
That's
can
fair.
throw on some worship music. And
True.
Wow.
show her your passion for the Lord. It's my favorite worship band, by the way. Got to see them at Red Rocks back in 19, so, All right, I've been talking a lot. I feel like Jeb should do his introduction part now.
All right, so we'll pause. We'll pause your story there. You just completed the pickup en route to the dinner and activities. All right, Jeb, we'll
Yes, sir.
move on to you. We'll stop you around the same point.
All right. So, clarification though.
Also, you guys have infinite funding in these scenarios. Just whatever. So yeah, you can do just about anything.
So, clarification, is this just like a general, like it doesn't matter who the person is kind of scenario? Like this is just a date? Because Jacob's date was just kind of like anybody, right?
Well, yeah,
Well-
you can use currently your wife if you want. You could
Probably would be the
rehearse
best
another
idea.
little date you guys
No,
have.
no.
Or you could just like make up a situation.
Well, I'm just going to go along with the idea that I'm going to take my wife on a date.
All right.
And it's going to be the best date she's ever seen.
All right.
Really?
Let's start it out. How does
But she's not your wife yet.
But you still keep dating your wife. It's not like you don't keep dating.
That's-
I thought the whole thing was a first date.
Is it the first date?
It is a first date thing though. However, so what? All right. Here. So go back. Your first.
Okay,
date
if I had
with
to
her,
redo the first date
if you
over
could
again.
redo it, and make it as perfect as possible, how would that work?
perfect already. Just
My
Shut up. It definitely wasn't, and that is kind of a funny story in that sense. But let's pretend that never happened. Let's the very first date, because jeepers,
Jeepers, indeed.
jeepers,
Gee willikers.
zoinks.
Golly shucks.
if I had to take a girl out on a date, because at this point it would just, if it's a first date, it might as well be anybody, because you don't know the person at all yet,
Right, you don't know them too well.
and
You just know some minor details.
you're just like, maybe if you do know certain things, then cater it to the person. But at that point, I really didn't know my wife that well, so I don't really know that there would have been anything super specific, other than the fact that I knew she was a Christian and that she had some, appreciation for the theater or like fine arts and stuff like that. So having that in mind, but also having it in mind that I really don't like the theater, and I really would hate to go to like a musical or something for a date. But the thing is about a date is you go do what she wants. So, because that's what's important. You want her to like you. So,
Very real.
You do what she likes. I would, all those good general things Jacob mentioned, make sure you got that approval, make sure you're very respectful, a decent young man to everybody in her family, including her. All those things aside, when I show up to her house to pick her up, I think it would be really quite amazing, maybe a little overboard, but it would be very cool if not directly at the house. You go, pick somebody up in a helicopter or something, but like you get in a nice car that then goes, and then instead of driving like all the way, because for context, we all live in a small town, and it would be a long drive to get anywhere. Instead of the typical long drive, we go to a nearby airport. That's a short drive, and then we get a nice, luxurious ride to whatever activity we want to do, assuming that the activity, which we haven't gotten to that point yet, is a decent amount of time away to avoid traffic. So
that's very much out of the box. I
you
was considering a stretch limo or something, but you're taking the flight out of there. I might have to give a point.
I just appreciate flying privately. So.
Oh well, I'm gonna be a little
More
fair
legroom.
with this one. Yeah, I won't give you a point for it, but that's a very swell idea here.
You get swell perks.
Yeah. So go do a little step by step when you pull up to the place. What's going on? How are you approaching the situation here?
Well, I would assume that I'm in the car that we're both going to be taken into the airport. So I get out of the car, go up to the house, and of course, I would give it a knock and a ring, just in case, their doorbell doesn't work. And I would wait, and hopefully I'd be greeted. I mean, assuming we have a very similar situation, that I'd be greeted by either Mr. or Mrs. Parent of this lady, and I would get to know them a little bit. I'd introduce myself. I'd of course ask any general questions, but also answer any questions they have about me that they might be concerned about. But of course, I'm assuming that she's ready, assuming that she'll come down or come to the door when she's ready. And then, again, I already said that any of those formalities would have been taken care of. So she comes to the door. I say goodnight. I'll come back later at the agreed upon time. And I'll try to be punctual. And we walk out the door and we get in the car. Yeah. And then he says, if you don't do that, then I'll kill you. And I'll be like, well, I'd like to see you try. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Threatening the father, asserting dominance.
Yeah. He'll respect
strategy.
Yeah. He wants to know I'm not a pushover. Yeah. And then we get in the car and we go.
You just have her open the door. You have the butler of the limousine.
Yeah.
True.
I'd make the butler do everything for me. And then,
I would purposely tell the bower, no, what me? And then I would take credit for all.
What a guy.
What a guy. Yeah.
What a joke.
Gentlemen, I do have one small complaint about both situations here. Could you take a guess at what it is?
That it wasn't with your girlfriend.
I have a guess. We didn't even
What?
greet the girl. Hardly. Is that it?
Yeah, it's
I
part
mean,
of
we
it.
kind of.
It's part of it.
You kiss her right away. You
Well,
tell her you love. You tell her that you love her immediately,
catch a
and that
case, not a
she's
date. All right,
yeah.
Yeah.
gentlemen, you did not compliment her.
Dude.
You didn't compliment what she was wearing.
How do I know what she
Simply
looks
said, "How
like
are you?"
though?
Okay.
You're
We're cooked.
burlap
You're never getting married,
sack.
Jeb.
She's
Sorry.
probably still beautiful, yes.
I'm just beyond this point in life.
She's complimenting me what I'm wearing, so I'm like, yeah, I know.
Honestly, first dates are the worst dates. Just saying. That's
Well,
all my.
probably
That's
true.
all I gotta
That's
say.
that is why we're here, because we're making it the best. All right.
But they aren't. They just aren't. You just don't know them yet. You don't. You don't have any idea what they're interested in. So there's no way that they could be the best.
Well, hopefully the event portion of the evening is where you find out. So we're finished the pickup. So Jake, we'll go back to you here.
Okay.
Josiah will die in the background, I guess. I don't know. What
Yeah, pretty
was
much.
that?
Don't worry about it.
Not worrying yet. All right. Let's say you are a couple minutes out from going where you're going. So just give us a rundown. What's the evening going to look like for you and your lady, Jacob?
Right off the bat, I say, hey, I complimented you back there, but the all-seeing Merk didn't notice. But just wanted to say, if you didn't hear, I just wanted to say.
I'm pretty sure you didn't. Like, I'll rewind it.
I have these scenarios in my mind already of the perfect date, and I was just, so many different compliments running through my head. I say, by the way, I like those shoes.
Thanks, the Jordans.
I love Jordans. I ball up sometimes.
Oh, yeah, which ones are these?
Those are the Kobe Bryant 5s. Let's just hope this date is a success. And then she says, "That's really insensitive." And I say,
she just turns away from me and looks out the window, just kind of.
That Kobe Bryant.
I don't know basketball shoes, okay? I'll just be like, "Hey, I got my Hey Dudes on. This is our first date.
Chilling in the dudes.
Really cool, those shoes." Oh, what is this guy holding?
No. Keep focusing.
Okay. Anyway,
She needs your attention.
I say this before we get out of the car. I say, "Hey, leave your credit card in here. I'm paying, obviously."
Purse, but yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Not the whole purse, because maybe she needs some ID.
What if she doesn't have a purse?
Say, leave the wallet. This guy's got a floppy fly swatter.
Why is it? The fly swatter is ED. What?
He's distracting me from points.
Oh, my bad.
All right, you've arrived. Where are you at? Where are you?
Merk. Okay, does it matter if we do the place or the activity? I'm assuming the food first, or does it matter?
I mean, it doesn't matter. Let's just
to be consistent
make it
with
up.
Jeb.
Whatever you want. You got no limits.
Gotta lock in. So
you could be in a different state. You could be in a different country by now. No, probably not country. Not gonna lie.
I could be. I'm flying.
So
that's true.
I'm a real down to earth guy. My first date isn't going to be super extravagant. You said we have no budget, but I want this girl to know that, even if I'm broke, frankly, and I don't have my trust fund money paid out to me yet, like another competitor, I'll still give her a good date, give her a splendid evening. And so, she says, "Wow, that's really humble of you. Like, you said you had a lot of money." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do, but you'll have to wait till the second date." What I have in mind. She's like, "Well, we'll see." And I'm like, "Yeah, fair enough." So then we're at the place. This food place is a renowned food place. Frankly, if you don't go to this food place on the first date, I don't know what you're doing. Um, we go
Taco
to the.
Bell.
I was thinking of something funny. I was trying to just
Taco
keep talking
Bell.
until I thought of something funny, and I just couldn't. But we pulled up to the local boba tea restaurant. All right. I'm not going
Restaurant.
too expensive. Yeah. I'm not going too expensive first date, Like I said, humble. I left my Platinum Amex at home underneath my bank vault,
Of
full
course.
of
As we all do.
various
sometimes.
exotic weapons and animal hides. And then frankly, I say, get whatever you like on the menu. After I hold the door open for her, of course, to the boba restaurant. Duh. Oh man, I'm cooked. And then I say, I've been here a couple times before. You said you like boba, so get whatever you want. And then okay, we order, right?
Mm-hmm.
I order, or she orders first, and then I
Of
order
course.
last so I can pay, and she doesn't feel awkward. Like, okay, now go give her the card. Um, my sister told me this scenario: if you ever forget your wallet, which no no guy on a first date should ever, but if you ever do, and the girl is really down to earth and chill, she might slip you her card to make it look like masculine, responsible guy you are to the
Wow.
cashier. My sister said that works really well. Anyway,
Well,
it doesn't work.
So you're like trying to impress the wait. You're trying to impress the waiter instead of the girl.
It's just more so my masculinity isn't damaged, right? It's an insult to who I am as a man if I forget my wallet. That didn't happen though, okay? I got my wallet, got my debit card, not my credit card because I have no credit score. She's like, yeah, that's humble of you. And anyway, pay for the
That's
food.
humble.
And the waiter's like, oh, would you like to donate to a charity? And I'm like, what's the charity? And she's like, Hungry Kids. I'm like, man, I love kids. The girl hears this, by the way. She's standing right next to me. Man, I love kids. I'm a really caring guy. She's like, oh my gosh, that's so kind of you. I'm like, no, I won't be donating today. I already have 3 children in Africa that I send money to every week. Pico, Dico, and Wico, and they're
We
they're
can't
triplets. They're
Good.
we can't. Listen, Merk. And then I'm like, you know what? Throw a couple bucks on there. And she's like, man, that doesn't really compare to you sponsoring these kids in Africa. And I'm like, it's the least I could do. And then this food we have, we go over to the table at the boba place. Really like good atmosphere in this boba place. Okay. And I pull out the seat. I take my seat, put my napkin on my lap because boba can get messy. And then
Oh,
Is there food here? I don't get it. Like, wait, is this
yeah,
an
it's
actual
like
place?
tapioca
sure.
balls in your
There's a
drink.
place
Yeah,
in town, and
I'm
they have
I'm a
like
boba fan. I'll get some. I was gonna get some today, but I didn't.
I'm
yeah,
not a Boba
But
fan.
there's actual food there. Yeah, okay.
they have like like kind of smaller foods, but it's like I don't know. You can get burritos. You can get like uh, pastries if you want. And yeah, frankly, I yield now back to Jeb.
Wow.
That was a
Wow.
lot. Again, I'm trying to get those points, Merk. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Frankly, my turn now, Merk.
Back to you, Jeb.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this, Merk?
Perhaps.
All right. All the formalities are over with. We're in the car, whatever that
It's down
car
to
would be,
business.
and we're getting straight to business. That's all first dates do. One of the first things I would do, especially on a first date, especially if the fact that you just don't know the person, is I start getting to know the person. And the nice part, even though it does, money's no object in this case, but it would cost money to have like this chauffeur and whatever, and the flight or whatever. But all those times are great times to ask questions. So I start asking questions. I start getting
Very
to know this girl for who she is, what she really likes, and I want to get to know what she is interested in. So, in this, open checkbook case, we can really go do what she wants to do, and whatever that might be. Not that she's like a Make-A-Wish kid, but you know,
John
she
Cena's in the other room, so he's gonna meet.
We got
yeah.
the Avengers back here.
Yeah, she basically has that opportunity, and so assuming I get to know her, because everybody's different, every girl especially has her preferences. Assuming, just for the sake of the conversation, she's like, I love fish, and I'm like, you like eating fish or looking at fish? And she's like, both. And I'm like, well, let's go to an aquarium, and then we can go get seafood later.
You're gonna say we're gonna go fishing at the aquarium.
I would.
I'm
That's a
buying
deal.
this aquarium.
Yeah.
Here's a check.
I bought this aquarium. I own
See
all
that
these
lobster
fish.
in the tank? Get him.
Grab him. That
He's
rare
mine tonight.
blue lobster, that blue candy lobster. Go give that to me.
Sure.
Lobster. Go get that for me. I need it. Anyway,
So
we go to a fine aquarium. Which is honestly, museums, aquariums, things like that are great places to go on dates, I've found, because they give you opportunities to talk, but they also give you things to talk about. Like, on first dates, you don't have a lot of, you could have a lot of small talk, but sometimes it's hard to navigate a conversation. Things like that, it's like, well, she loves this. Now we can go to something she loves, and she can talk all about it, hopefully, and I can learn why maybe she likes it, and I can hopefully express any similar interests I have. So, assuming, it's something like that, if she's like, I love cars, or I love being outdoors, well, that works well, because so do I. We can just go outdoors somewhere, go on a hike.
Okay, so you're crafting the date though. Where are you taking her? Aquarium or an art museum?
Okay, let's keep going with the aquarium. We go to the aquarium. We fly there, because that's part of the thing. And it's
Where are you
nice.
driving in the first place though?
We're driving to
The
the
airport.
airport,
To the
and then
airport,
we
you fly. Okay.
privately fly
Stay with it. Stay with it.
the helipad on the aquarium, and we're like, hello.
It's on top
Hello,
of a fish tank.
fishes.
It's a privately made fish tank that I had on Tanked, put together just for you.
Just like Vector's house from Despicable Me. It's just like your four is a shark tank.
Yeah. We go to Shields and
That's
look
what
at
you're
the
talking about,
arch.
Yeah.
We don't actually, like, I have
The
all
arch
this.
at Shields.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we have all this money, and I'm like, we'll fly to Shields and we'll go there.
And we can
That
hop
way
on
you
the
can
Ferris wheel.
buy yourself something nice. No. We'll go to an aquarium. And then we go, it's pretending, okay, I guess if it's 6 to 10, when we get to the aquarium, we'll go to the little cafe that they have and have her favorite meal. Hopefully they have it there. And if they don't, get her food that she wants. Make sure that she orders first, and that, all good table manners and such. Then slowly after the meal, we go and enjoy the rest of the evening going through this aquarium. Now, assuming this girl likes fish and she likes the aquarium, we have a little private aquarium experience, a romantic theme. Not too over the top, like it's a first date, Don't want anything crazy, but something very like. And the nice thing about the ocean in that case is it can be very like romantic. The low light, the beautiful fish, beautiful creations all around you, and you're just enjoying your time. It's quiet, it's serene, and you just keep having those good conversations about her interests. It doesn't have to be all about fish, but she's in a happy place, so she's comfortable, hopefully. And if she I hate aquariums, they trap fish when they should be free. Well, let's go somewhere else.
She's going 180? Like what?
No. She likes fish.
She wanted to go, now she doesn't want to go?
Well, No.
She's like, oh, I don't like seeing them in captivity like this.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
wrong.
Yeah.
Their
She could,
lifespan is shorter.
but that would be something I'd figure out before we fly all the way to the aquarium. So,
interesting. All
heck,
right.
we could have our food on the plane. Now that I think about it, to
Put
wherever
a
we're
lot of thought
going.
into that one, huh?
Question for both of you. So you're at the place where you're eating. Food comes out. You're enjoying your meal. You know, her meal comes out. It's whatever. Something's missing. It's the wrong meal. It's undercooked. Something is catastrophically wrong with her meal. There's a couple options here, a couple clear ones. You can just like, obviously, the worst option is just leave it as is, let her enjoy what's left of the meal, the sides or whatever. Probably shouldn't do that. You could. You might be sharing the same idea, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead, speak.
Yeah.
I've thought about this a lot, obviously. So this is what you do. This is actually good advice. If you ever need this advice, feel free to use it. Don't forget to credit the Profoundless podcast. What you do is, waiter, excuse me. Yeah, her food is a little bit undercooked. Could we get the same thing for her? And could you just, yeah, could we
Just
just get
nuke
this
it in the
remade?
microwave for a minute, just throw that thing in.
That's what you do. That's what you do. You ask for the new plate. Before the waiter comes over, you put a lot of salt on top of her food. Okay? Method. If they bring back the food and it's the same food, just warmer with the same salt, you know they didn't make you a new plate. So you say,
Interesting.
um,
Interesting.
if that happens and they don't bring you the new plate, assuming that if it happens, you say, yeah, you just brought us the same food. What's going on here? Yeah. And then you can, But in the meantime, you say, would you like some of my food? And, you offer her some of yours. You say, it's pretty good. We share some interest in food, interests, of course,
Yeah.
microwave pizzas and such. And
Let's
she's like,
let's do like this though. So if you ask them to take the food back, let's say that's gonna add. It's a busy night there, busy night at whatever place you took her to. It's gonna be another extra like 30 to 45 minutes for her food to come back out. You got your food. You said you'd share, so yeah, you could give her your whole plate. Have her you could split your plate 50-50, but you're still waiting on her food. So are you still gonna have it taken back, or are you just gonna split your plate, give her your whole plate, because you got the rest of the evening? You only got about 4 hours. You're on a time crunch. Are you still taking
you
it
know,
back, or
if
are
they
you
give me a time
prioritizing
frame,
the evening?
yeah, if they give me a time frame and say, we can have it out to you in 10 minutes, or, if it's, I'll be like, she's worth it. If you can have it out sooner, have it out sooner. If you can have it out before we leave, we can take it in a to-go box. She can have leftovers. I could have leftovers. You guys should bring me out more food, frankly, because I'm waiting here. And frankly say, make it, please. And thank you. And we got places to go, so maybe a refund or whatever might be in order.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my idea, at least. Jeb would probably just say, put it on my card. We're leaving. We're leaving. Get in the helicopter.
Get the freak out of this place. We're going somewhere else.
What would you say, Jeb?
I would,
What's the idea here?
assuming that we don't want to go somewhere else, and assuming that they just are screwing up or whatever, I would ask her what she wants to do. Would you like? Are you comfortable with waiting, or would you like to get an appetizer while you wait? If it's going to take that long, would you like to get something else that doesn't take that long? What would you like? And
Simple ask.
I guess depending on what she wants, because I think that's a real key. If we think about first dates, is there's not going to be just a one first date. I mean, you can have it planned out to an extent, but it really depends on the lady. You got to treat her the way that only she can be treated. And personally, especially if it's coming down to the meal, you want to make sure that it's as close to what she initially wanted. So If she still wants that food, which she probably does, then get the food somehow, but make sure that she's not going hungry. So get something that can be made quickly for her, even if it's just to hold the meal. And if it is a case where like you have your whole meal and she's still eating on an appetizer while she waits, eat slower. That's a good time to have a good conversation. Just bit and parcel of the meal, and then you can really get into the meal once everybody has all their food. It is difficult because you don't want your food to get cold or whatever. So it might be a smart plan to get something simple for yourself so that she can have something nicer and that you don't have to worry about your meal getting messed up. Like steaks get messed up all the time. I love steak, but sometimes I just don't want to deal with people cooking it wrong and having to deal with all that. So I'll just get a burger, and most people can cook a burger and it's fine. But then she can get like something like, I don't know, filet mignon, and it's like it's a hard meal to cook well, and whatever. Hopefully that one will be good for her.
Yeah. All right. Well, dinner portion is settled. Those are some pretty good answers there. Got no gripes there. All very gentlemanly. I do pretty much those same things as well. I haven't actually had an experience where like the food got screwed up or anything was like bad yet. I just figured that'd be an interesting situation. Viewers, if any, just leave it in the comments. Just shout out your worst dining experience and how you approach that. Anyways, so we're done with the dinner. All right, moving on to the activity of the evening. Let's say you have room for one activity here. It'd be about an hour and a half or so of doing something fun. Could be you could do a movie, but I think outside the box. Think beyond a movie. What else?
I feel
What
like
else are
movie
you?
just doesn't work because Jeb makes a good point with like conversation, getting to know her. Like, how are you gonna get to know her at a movie when there's talking and stuff? So
Exactly.
it has to be a place where you can focus on each other, but kind of be, like again, like Jeb was saying. Obviously, he's a veteran at this stuff, not the first date stuff, but dating. Um, retired veteran from dating.
No, it just gets it's a more difficult stage. You graduate.
It's like your master's degree. You have to, yeah, your doctorate in marriage. Okay, here's my idea. I really like this idea personally, and this girl that I'm taking on this date has expressed interest in this before, and so I'm cooking things up in my mind. What am I going to do on this date? I'm nervous. I'm like, can't do a movie because we can't talk. Can't go to an aquarium because that's inhumane for the animals. And um, I have, as mentioned previously, the truck. This is a warm summer evening. We go out to a dark site in Wyoming and maybe overlooking a little bit of light, but little to no light pollution, right? And frankly, I roll back the Tacoma bed cover and kind of just do some stargazing, frankly. Doing some stargazing, because that's a good date idea, okay? It doesn't have to be out in the middle of nowhere, okay? I just would prefer a place where you can actually see the stars. And
Do you
go
think?
out there.
Well,
Huh?
keep going. Yeah.
She has her location turned on her phone, and she shared it with all her
Yeah,
friends in
that's
case she's in danger.
good. That's good.
But she knows me already. We've become friends, so there's trust there.
Okay.
And
I was gonna say, would she be uncomfortable being out there in the bed of your truck? Like just food for
nah, I
thought.
don't think so. I don't think so. It's not like I wouldn't say like super far out of the way of town, right? Close enough to the boba restaurant that we could go back for more boba if I was more thirsty at the end of the evening, and if she was, of course. Do some stargazing. I play our friend Caleb's stargazing playlist. It's really like melodic, perhaps.
All right.
Yeah.
Does that have the Interstellar theme?
Yes,
Just be
that's
on.
on there. A lot of Hans Zimmer, Interstellar.
Point.
There's some worship songs with like these
I ain't gonna lie.
chords, like synth chords, and they're like really like the worship isn't repetitive and like new agey, but it's it's meaningful. You're looking at creation. You're looking at God's creation. So it's good to have your heart in the right place, and you're honoring God in your relationship with this gal, right?
True.
He has to be at the center of their relationship in the first place, or it's never going to work out.
Utmost truth.
And that's also something you have to specify. I think right off the bat, if we're being realistic and not joking around, you specify that God has to be at the focus, or else it's going to fall apart, because that's how a good foundation is formed. You're laying the bricks, you're laying the groundwork, and if Christ isn't the center, the cornerstone, then yeah, it's going to topple. So you're out there listening to worship music, you say, well, that's the Big Dipper, by the way, that right there. She's like, oh my gosh, you're so knowledgeable about stars. I'm like, I know.
What's your
I give her my
sign?
coat if she's cold. No, she's not one of those.
You an
I give her
Aquarius? Shut up.
If she's cold, I give her my coat, obviously.
Ah, yeah. I thought this was
And,
a warm summer evening.
I know, just in the event that she's cold-blooded.
Ladies get cold.
That happens
They
in
do.
the evening. Yeah.
They very much.
I'm thinking, Merk. I'm
That's cool.
thinking.
No, you're on the right track. I agree wholeheartedly.
And do some stargazing for, a while. The sky moves a little bit, so I can point out some constellations and stuff, some galaxies. Left my telescope at home, so can't do that. But
Don't worry, if you have a Samsung, you're good.
You have a Samsung.
That's not going to work, I guess. But yeah, do some stargazing.
All right.
That's the date idea, the activity. And
Very,
we discuss and we're conversating throughout that.
very nice. Very gentle evening, Not too rambunctious. It's very nice. Jeb, what's going on in your evening?
As we make our way through the aquarium, because that's just what, in this hypothetical situation, she wanted to do. We're looking at fish? I don't know. Like, I guess because it is a general situation, and it could be, it could be stargazing, it could be fish, it could be you're in the middle of the woods. I don't know.
He's floundering. He's floundering.
Fish joke.
That's
wow.
Profoundless podcast, profound conversation with this thought. Sorry.
it's just so hypothetical to me that it's like it gets just kind of extraneous.
Hypotheticalizing. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's assume that we're walking through the fish tunnels, and she's like, I would kind of want to know what she likes to do with her life. So I guess generally I want to ask questions, but like, some core things I would want to know. I would want to know about who she is. So I want to know her identity. I want to know how, not like any of that, like who she is, what her purpose is in life, and where she finds her value. In the sense of that, which would be closely tied, what is her values? Like, what does she enjoy in life? What are her priorities? As well as what are some of the expectations she has for her life? Because even though, those might be big things, those are really important things to start figuring out, because of the four major things of like who you are, what your purpose is, what you'd like to do with your life, and your worldview. If any of those things are not really aligned with mine or anybody on this first date, there's really no sense in having another date. And of course, the first date is all about making it good so that you want to do another one. So that would be, I guess, the reason to make it good. So I definitely want to make sure that those questions come along. Now, the aquarium thing, it could be something that she just enjoys. And it's like, I enjoy, like I could say, I enjoy museums, but I'm not an archaeologist or a paleontologist. Those are things I enjoy. They're not who I am. That could be something. Or she could be like, man, I just want to be a marine biologist one day. And it's like, fish are my life. And I'm like, that's crazy. I like water. Fish and water.
I own this aquarium.
Yeah. I just bought this aquarium all of a sudden. I don't. It's kind of
To
crazy.
Atlantis, because neither have I.
Yeah, we should go sometime. It's not where you think it is.
Fishmen.
It's not where you think
Mermaids. She like mermaids, you know?
it is. She is a mermaid. Call her a mermaid.
Questions.
Anyway, assuming those things go well, there's all kinds of conversation that'll come out of those four main things, I would say. And assuming she's a good Christian lady, then she's wife material. So, assuming that next few dates go well too.
The activity is over. It's about time to go back, drop her off. Let's say you're back in the vehicle, open the door for her, all that stuff. Talking on the way back, listening to some music on the way back. Give me some steps you take during the drop off. Are you grabbing a gift on the way back from town? You getting a little late night coffee? I don't know, something, a little dessert on the way back. What's some steps?
Okay. On the way back, she says, perhaps a sweet treat for the way back? I'm like, wait, that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea, actually, because I'm craving some sugar. My blood sugar's low. Starting to feel lightheaded because I haven't had enough iron in my diet, but that's a different story. We go to, I think, crumble cookie. And a lot of people say that's controversial, but, it's a lot of sugar, and I'm going to pass out if I don't get my glucose up. And she's like, oh my gosh, Crumble, my favorite cookie's on the menu. So we go to Crumble, and we split a cookie because, it's a lot of calories.
Split? Ooh, okay.
Nope. Wait,
what if she wants her own?
She says she offers the split suggestion.
Oh, that's a suggestion. She wants the full cookie, just some for later.
No.
No.
She says, just a small sweet treat.
It's a game.
This is my date, okay?
Okay, yeah.
This is his perfect first date.
I won't interfere.
Okay. We're splitting a cookie because the boba was already pretty, filling, perhaps. And, frankly, a lot of calories, and we're both health nuts. So she's like, I don't want to, get fat. And I'm like, you'd never be fat. I love you even if you were fat. I don't actually say that because it's a first date. The L word is off limits. Merk, I'm flat. Anyway.
I'm floundering.
Floundering.
Now I'm in the aquarium. So we're going back. We're splitting a cookie because we mutually agree, and there's no I wanted a whole one though. In the back of her mind, that's not going on in this hypothetical. And she's like, well, my mom has that coffee cake at home anyway, so I really don't want a full cookie. And I'm like,
wow, full circle with the coffee cake. That's
call
crazy.
Back. Yeah, you thought I wasn't going to reel it in, but
wow. He did.
I'm the one with the aquarium now, boy.
Look at that.
So she's like, actually, you should come back and grab some coffee cake too before you leave. And anyway, got the cookie heading back, and I'm a really thinker-aheader, so I got napkins in the glove box. Tons of napkins. McDonald's napkins. I give her some napkins if she needs it, Don't get crumbs in the pickup. Don't get crumbs on her wonderful outfit. Don't get crumbs in the crevasses of the seats and stuff. So, and then heading back, listening to some more chill tunes, and kind of discussing perhaps another date. I discussed this before we get to the house because the goodbye part is always kind of awkward, or it has been awkward for me in the past. So it's just kind of, so what's her schedule looking like next week? You think this was a good date? And she's on the edge, or she's unsure, You say no pressure, think it over. I had a really good time tonight. You're really good to get to know, compliments, personality, yada yada. And obviously get out of the truck, open her door, walk her up to the door. This is my method. I don't think kisses should be on first dates. Honestly, save that for when you are in the relationship, and maybe even save it till engagement, honestly, because
True.
heartbreak and uh, emotions can be very attached to physical interactions and such.
It's so true.
And I'm not a fan of PDA, especially in front of the parents if they're in the house still.
So true.
It's kind of cursed.
Very true.
So, give her a hug, not a kiss, and say I had a great time and you were awesome.
Define hug.
Swag. You could do a side hug, I think.
Side for the first. Okay.
Yeah.
That's safe. That's safe.
You don't want to be too.
It's agreeable.
Side hug, handshake. No, I'm just kidding.
Handshake.
Dap her up.
Dap. Solid.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh my gosh, you forgot your coffee cake," and I'm like, "Oh, you're the best."
Silly
Gives
me.
me coffee cake in a Ziploc bag, and it has the heating instructions on it because the parents love me already. So it's just
Ooh,
like
That's
bold,
a nice
bold.
it's a nice thing to have.
Incredible. All right.
that's mine.
All right, Jeb. What's going
All right.
on at the end of your evening?
Man, it's kind of nice if you can leave her with something to remember the evening. So, not that it needs to be something extravagant, but every aquarium's got a gift shop. So, maybe I get her a little fish or something. If money's not a question, maybe she's like, "Hey, I really liked that dolphin that was in there." No, I'm just kidding. No, I wouldn't. Something small, something that's not like.
Those shark chomper things where you squeeze the handle and the shark mouth moves.
Yeah, I'll get her that. And
A
I'll
shark
just
tooth necklace
I'll be
fresh
really-
from the shark in the tank.
irritating the rest of the night home.
It's its fin. Anyways,
So
well,
I give her the little sentimental knick-knack, whatever it is, and we make our way back. Of course, if she wants to go get some, sweet treats, but I feel like that was really more of Jacob's idea. And that's completely up to her, because I most of the time don't do that. But we make our way back. We're still discussing a lot of those good questions. And we're kind of talking about like, hey, do we want to do this again? Would we like to have another date? Because follow up, that's maybe I understand the point of view where you want to do it when maybe a few days afterwards. However you set up the first date in the first place, I'm not sure. But you could talk about it a little bit on the way home, and maybe this next time, you do something that you both enjoy, because this night was really all about her. And you kind of find, now that you've gotten to know each other, you find a common interest, and you do something together like that, probably something a little less extravagant. And of course, take her home, get that, gotta do the whole shenanigans with the airport, whatever.
TSA.
But in this case,
Getting a dolphin through TSA is not easy.
I'll ship it to you, darling.
I'd second that one. Yeah. Not easy.
Assuming that all goes well, and we got all the all the good stuff like TSA pre and all that. No, you don't have to do TSA when you get out of a plane. So, or a helicopter. It could be a helicopter.
So is a dolphin just in like a cargo net swinging?
I don't actually want the dolphin. Yeah,
Are you going back into the States from like an exotic country?
that would be pretty funny.
Because you do have to go back through, customs and all that to get your dolphin through and approved and all that.
I would hope not. I would just pick somewhere
That'd
in
be
the United States.
Fast flight for 4 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, you got an hour left on your date at the aquarium. That's it.
True.
So you make it back. You make it back to your place.
Yeah.
What's the steps here?
Well, be a gentleman all the way through, of course. Open the door, both for the car, for the house, welcome her in, and help her settle in and make sure that she's good. And of course, if her parents are still up at that point, if it's 10 o'clock, whatever, some parents might not want to be. Father, mother, whoever's there, be like, really appreciate you letting me have this time with your daughter. It was a great time, and I hope that we can have times like this in the future. And of course, say goodnight to her. Thank her very much for tolerating you for a whole evening and that she was willing to go on this adventure with you. Um, that can go as far as you'd like, but make sure it's decent because she went out and she spent some time with you. That's a decency for any person, frankly. So, so make sure that she knows she's appreciated at least, and throw a little drop in there for if you want to do something in the near future, because you want to make sure that she knows not too much, but that you enjoyed the evening and would like to have that time again. But don't make her feel obligated if she didn't enjoy it, and respect her and her wishes if she would like not to see you again. So, but make sure there's plenty of opportunity. She has your number or whatever. And say your goodbyes and be content and don't be passive aggressive if things didn't go well. Just be cordial and refined. Walk out the door. Everything's good and locked up, and you're gone. Don't stay too long, lest you become a burden.
Real.
True. She's tired. She wants to go to bed.
Yeah, that was a lot.
She gotta text all of her friends about it.
Yeah.
Everything
Guys,
about
you'll
you.
never believe what happened on this first date. If it's something like a memorable evening, though, that goes well.
Yeah.
All right. Very, very cool. Very interesting ideas, gentlemen.
Yeah, you would say that.
Well, best of luck to you, brother, on that future endeavor there. It's remember mine was very interesting because there wasn't much of an activity, which is something I would very much want to change. However, I always enjoy a good dinner, and I think the dinner portion is where most of the conversation can happen. Because even if it's like your food's all gone, you can still just sit there and talk for at least like another hour, even. Just keep getting a drink. It's very good. Well, gentlemen, the results are in. The populace has been awaiting these for quite some time now. Populace known as chat. Believe it or not, fellas, you are tied.
What?
You are tied in my eyes. Yes, indeed. Jeb, you made excellent points every single time. You made some very stern kind of. You have a firm grasp on the goal of the relationship here. You're first and foremost looking for the future, which I think is real good. That's important too. Jacob, you got the humor in there. You got the good themes going on. Really into the details there. I can definitely tell you're thinking hard about this one. You're really taking it to heart. Also, of the coffee cake, I gave you a point for coffee cake. I like that. Yeah, it's great. I love coffee cake. It's great.
We're also RC Cola on the way back, by the way.
Okay.
I have some in my truck fridge. That's always cool.
Professional. That is.
Give me the point.
You're trying. You're reaching. Reach too far.
Pander.
Gentlemen, I was not expecting there to be a need for a tiebreaker, but rock, paper, scissors.
2-part special.
Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, Merk. To end my losing streak, you're going to put it up to this?
Yep.
No.
Actually, you know what? No. Hold on. We can do better. We have technology. I will use a coin flip app.
Of course.
Now, I'm an honest man, so I'm not going to show you the screen because it will crash this app, as we both know. Tragic indeed. However, gentlemen, I will need you to call heads or tails.
Tails.
Guess I'll go with heads.
All right, agreed upon. Here we go. Flip. Ooh, spin sound. There's a little flick sound effect. I like this website. We have, drum roll please.
Oh my gosh, Merk, just kill me. Put me out of my misery.
Gentlemen, it is tails.
Jeepers.
Congratulations, Josiah, on your next win. This was a big one. You really earned this. It was hard fought, I know. Battle of the mind. Battle of wits. It's fantastic. Winner speech, please. Winner speech.
Winner. What can I say? I must have had a good first date because I'm a professional at dates now.
You can't expect me to not be a little bit salty about this, Merrick.
It's not my fault.
You didn't have to do a coin flip.
What, you want to extend it again? You want to do a second date? All right, let's go.
Part 2?
Second date, what are you doing?
Part 2.
No.
All
Less
right.
than winner speech? Would you like a less than winner speech?
I deserve to win this episode. I'm not taking this loss with grace. When I win the next episode, you will feel my wrath, and frankly, my judgment will fall like a strong hammer in the hands of a small man. However, he is a strong man, and I am that man.
I see.
So, beware.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Jeb, I can't wait for you to host that next episode. You're a very handsome guy.
Thank you.
Very good ideas. And
Thank you.
just kidding.
Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are still watching, we thank you for your time here today. And we hope to see you again on the Profoundless podcast. Profound thoughts? No, wait. What are we? What's our quote? I don't know. Have a good week, everyone. Goodbye.